Hello everybody, nice to see you and welcome back to our original Polytechnic Institute Education report and welcome to our short video lesson today. And today in this video lesson everybody is gonna learn to the new point and also to the new part that is called here diplomacy. Diplomacy. Before I let you know to this new point, I have some question. Only one question. Only one question. Now two or three more questions. Only one question to ask you to the old point from the old part. So last week, what did everybody study about? What did you study about last week? If you know the answer, please pause this video and also answer yourself. Okay, last week we studied in the old part that is called what is it about? It was about the European, right? The Europeans. And I also have one question in this part. My question is, which region did Europe trade with to get most lucrative? Again, listen to the question carefully again. Which region did Europe trade with to get the most lucrative? Who can answer? You can pause and answer. Okay, the answer for the question that the region which Europe traded with to get the most lucrative was East Asia. Yes, okay. It was East Asia. For the Europe, traded to get the most lucrative. And now come back to our the news point here, diplomacy. And also I have one more question to this new part. What is diplomacy? If you know the answer, you can answer. Pause the video and answer. But before I answer to these questions, maybe the answer to next week to this diplomacy, or it has already the answer in this part. Okay, so before each week the same as each week, you all studied. You all studied the vocabulary first before you read to the whole text to understand, to get it, to know about the meaning in the text. Please read. Everybody read and studied to the vocabulary. The first one, compel. Compel. Compel means to force someone to do something. That is called compelled. Don't compel me to do that. I don't do that. Example like this. Don't compel me. Don't compel me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. Yes, it's called compelled. And the next one is remark. 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 What is remark? Remark means to give a spoken statement of an opinion or thought. It means got some call or some gate. Remark. Let's do it fast. Mean method here. It means method means. And normalize. Normalize. To return to the normal or usual situation. Normalized. Predictable. 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 Able to be predicted. Able to be predicted. ไอพี่ก็บาน common. Common. What is common? You all know this word. I think that everybody have studied it already, and also clearly it's very common. I can't show to highlight to this word. And the next one here. Who can read this word? Who can pronounce this word? This word is pronounced envoy. Envoy. It means someone who is sent as a representative from one government or organization to another. That is called envoy. Yeah. Let's learn to pronounce together. Envoy. Yeah. Envoy. แนะนำซ่าหรือก็แนะนำนาง Yeah. And underlined. It means to emphasize. กูเปิดเจ็ด Yeah. And commonality means the fact or of sharing interests, experiences, or other characteristics with someone or something. Keep some mind. Commonality. Keep some mind. Diplomat, an official whose job is to represent one country in another, or who usually works in an embassy. អ្នកការទូត diplomat. Dialogue it means formal talks between opposing countries, political groups, etc. ការសន្ទនាការជជែកគ្នា Yes. Pursue. If you pursue a plan, activity, or situation, you try to do it or achieve it, usually over a long period of time. Yeah. ព្យាយាមស្វែងរកព្យាយាមធ្វើព្យាយាមស្រាវជ្រាវ Yeah. Pursue. And distinguish to notice or understand the difference between two things, or to make one person or thing seem different from another. By Yes. Distinguish. Perceive. To come to an opinion about something or have a belief about something. Perceive. And personal, it means the people who are employed in a company, organization, or one of the armed forces. Yeah. บุคลิก Yeah. But it's talking to the employee in, especially in the government. Yeah. And espionage. The discovering of secrets, especially political or military information of another country, or the industrial information of a business. Yeah. It's similar to the word spy. Yeah. And it means jargon. And applicable, relevant or appropriate. Yeah. Relevant or appropriate. អាចអនុវត្តបាន Okay. Partake. To become involved with or take part in something. ចូលរួម Yeah. Partake. Materially means in an important or noticeable way. Yeah. Do you know that important? Yeah. Important or noticeable way. You know it already. It means สำคัญ Yeah. That's สำคัญ And Greenpeace here is it mean refer to? It means refer to a non-governmental, environmental organization with offices in over 55 countries. Or one more we can say a movement of people, who are passionate about defending the natural world from destruction. That's called Greenpeace. And humankind, all people considered as a group. Humankind, all people considered as a group. And be family with. To know something with or someone well. To know something or someone well. สวมหนึ่ง And on the one hand, just when you are comparing two different facts or two opposite ways of thinking about a situation. About this word, who can pronounce this word? Yeah, you can look at to the phonetic symbols. I mean, GB query. Yeah, GB query, GB query, GB query. Yeah, GB query. The fact that something or someone seems to be everywhere. Yeah, and carry out. Actually, it in the past. Oh, sorry, it's in the passive way. Yeah, passive way. We change Y to IED. Actually, it's an in Y. Yeah, to do or complete something, especially that you have said you would do or that you have been told to do. Yeah, ជាយាមដោះស្រាយ or we can say ដោះស្រាយ yeah. And representative is someone who speak or does something officially for another person or groups of people. Yes, representative តំណាង អ្នកតំណាង yeah. And rank and file. Yeah, rank and file. The ordinary workers in a company or the ordinary members of an organization and not the leaders. Yeah, not the leaders. And briefing. Yeah, briefing. Briefing. It means information that is given to someone just before they do something or meeting where yeah where this happens. Sorry, yeah, it has been ការសង្ខេប yeah brief. Okay, briefing. Sorry, briefing. And disclosures. I mean the act of making something known or the fact that is made known. Yes, disclosure. ការបង្ហាញការបញ្ចេញឲ្យឃើញឬក៏ដឹង yes disclosure. Drift. To move. Yeah, again drift. The last sound is drift. Yeah, to move slowly, especially as a result of outside forces with no control over direction or sat that or other. Yeah, and involve to include someone or something in something or to make them take part in or feel part of it. Yeah, job that yeah involve. Headline. A line of words printed in large letters as the title of a story in a newspaper or the main points right, of the news that are broadcast on television or radio. Yeah, it's called headline. ចំណងជើង yeah. And palatable. Yeah, palatable. It means acceptable. Yeah, palatable. Yeah, acceptable អាចទទួលយកបាន and the next. Okay. Send mean an ability to understand, recognize values, or react to something, especially any of the five physical abilities to see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. Yeah. It means sense. Yeah, sense. Interrelated. Yeah, interrelated. Means to be connected in such a way that each thing has an effect on or depends on the other. ដែលតកតងគ្នា yeah. And quest a long search. Yeah, a long search for something that is difficult to find or an attempt to achieve something difficult. ដំណើរស្វែងរក yeah. Quest. Curb. Yeah, curb. To control or limit something that is not wanted. ទប់ស្កាត់ This one is proliferation. Yeah, proliferation. I mean rapid increase in numbers. Rapid increase in numbers. ចំនួនកើនឡើងយ៉ាងឆាប់រហ័ស Proliferation. Yeah, proliferation. Span. Yeah, span. To exist or calling you for a particular length of time over line span. And the next one, shift. Yeah, shift. A change in position or direction. Plapado, yeah, shift. Pivotal, yeah, pivotal. Pivotal, a central, yeah, refer to central or important. Some kind that is snow, yeah. And glimpse, yeah, glimpse, yeah, glimpse. An occasion when you see something or someone for a very short time. Collect bird with plate, yeah, glimpse. And yeah, sworn enemy, yeah, sworn enemy. Sworn enemy are people who will always hate each other, yeah, sworn enemy. And due to, I mean, because of, yeah, because of incompatible, yeah, incompatible, not able to exist or work with another person or thing because of basic differences. មិនត្រូវគ្នាមិនស៊ីគ្នា yeah, incompatible. That's all for today's video and about the vocabulary. So let's read to the whole text together and also to understand the meaning in this new point, this new part. Yep. So war compels and focuses public attention, leaves a clear mark on human life, and is responsible for shaping our world. Yeah. On the other hand, despite its importance, diplomacy rarely gains much attention. When military theorist Carl, yeah, I mean the theorist in the military, Mr. Carl von Clausewitz, remarked in the early 1800s that war was the continuation of policy by other means. He thought to normalize the idea of war in modern politics. Yeah, but this word also uh, that actions short of war are available to help states achieve their objectives. These are typically the action of diplomats, and their work is often far less expensive, far more effective, and much more predictable a strategy than war. In fact, unlike in century gone by when war was common, diplomacy is what we understand today as the normal state of affairs governing international relations. And in the modern era, diplomacy is conducted not only between nation states but also by a range of non-state actors such as the European Union and the United Nation, yeah, and the United Nations, yeah. Uh, my so now look at to the question. So the question here it has for the diplomacy that I've mentioned about the previous time to ask all of you what is diplomacy. So right now here, what the question here? What is diplomacy? Diplomacy, its meaning referred to it is an official state-to-state relation for the purpose of linking labor relations with each other, such as the pursuit of peace, trade, war, economy, and culture. Yeah, these are called diplomacy. Again, please take out your notebook to write about a definition of this diplomacy. It is an official state-to-state relations for the purpose of linking labor relations with each other, such as the pursuit of peace, trade, war, economy, and culture. That is called diplomacy. Yeah, diplomacy has probably existed for the long, for as long as civilization has. Yeah, but the easiest way to understand it is to start by seeing it as a system or structured communication between two or more parties. Records of regulatory contact, while envoys traveling between neighboring civilization trade date back at least 2,500 years. They lacked many of characteristic ca- characteristics uh, and commonalities of modern diplomacy, such as embassy, international law, and professional diplomatic services. Yet it should be underlined that political community communities, however they may have been organized, have usually found ways to communicate during peacetime and have established a wide range of practices for doing so. The benefits are clear when you consider that diplomacy can promote changes that enhance trade. Yeah. So this diplomacy is really important for the country to enhance, like such as trade, culture, wealth, and knowledge between country and country. For those looking for a quick definition, diplomacy can be defined as a process between actors, diplomats, usually representing a state. Yeah, he or she represent of a state who exists within a system international relations and engage in private and public dialogue, diplomacy to pursue their objectives in a peaceful manner. Manner. Diplomacy is not foreign policy but must be distinguished from it. It may be helpful to perceive diplomacy as part of foreign policy. When a nation state make foreign policy, it does so for its own national interests, and these interests are shaped by a wide range of factors. In basic terms, a state foreign policy has two key ingredients: its actions and its strategies for achieving its goals. The interaction one state has with another is considered the act of its foreign policies. This act typically takes place while interactions between government personnel through diplomacy. To interact without diplomacy would typically limit a state foreign policy action to conflict, usually war, but also via economic sanctions or espionage. In that sense, diplomacy is an essential tool required to operate successfully in today's international system. Yeah. So about this part, it's really important to know about the diplomacy between country and country. Yeah, to make a good relationship between them. In the modern context, then a system dominated by state, we can reasonably regard diplomacy as something being conducted for the most part between states. In fact, the applicable international law that governs diplomacy, the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, 1961, only references state as diplomatic actors. Yet a modern international system also involves powerful actors that are not states. These tend to be international non-governmental organizations or INGOs and international governmental organization IGOs. IGOs. The actors regularly take part. Yeah, partake in areas of diplomacy and often materially shape outcomes. For example, the United Nations and the European Union, two ICOs, materially shape diplomacy in the case study highlighted later in this chapter. And rings of INGOs such as Greenpeace have meaningfully advanced progress toward treaties and agreements in important areas tied to the health and progress of humankind such as international environmental negotiation. Well, readers of this book will be familiar with the concept of war to some extent due to its ubiquity in modern life. Diplomacy may present itself as something alien or distant. On the one hand, this is a consequence of what diplomacy is and how it is carried out. Diplomacy is almost often an act carried out by representatives of a state or a non-state actor, usually behind closed doors. In these instances, diplomacy is a silent process working along it in its routine and often highly complex. Yeah, it's called it routines form, carried out by rank and file diplomats and representatives. This is perhaps not the best place to shine a light on diplomacy for beginners. On the other hand, sometimes the public are presented with briefings, statements, or more rarely, full disclosure of a diplomatic matter. This usually drift into the public yep, of consciousness when they involve critical international issues and draw in high-ranking officials because they do get headlines and work their way into the history books. Of examples drawn from this type of diplomacy are used in this chapter to offer a more palatable access point. Okay, this is the last point. Yeah, this is the last point for all of you for today's video lesson. To enable the reader to get a sense of what diplomacy is and why it is important, the chapter will use two interrelated case studies. The first case study involved the quest to manage the spread of nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons. The second half of the 20th century came to be dominated by conflict between two nuclear-armed superpowers. The two superpowers in the wars in that time were the United States of America, for short US, and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR, often called the Soviet Union. In this tense climate, diplomacy ensure that fewer nation states developed nuclear weapons. Hence, the diplomatic success in curbing the proliferation of nuclear weapons is a major one, and one that involve non-state as well as nation-state actors. U.S.-Iran relations form the second case study. This case spans several important decades from the end of the Second World War to the present day. As time changed, the structures of international relations also changed. often causing major shifts in the patterns of diplomacy between both nations. Yeah, both nations. By visiting that relationship, it is possible to not just show the importance of high-level diplomacy between two pivotal states, but also to consider the importance of an international government organization, the European Union. The case study were chosen as they offer a glimpse of diplomacy between states that were sworn enemies and had little in common due to incompatible economic, political, or even religious systems. That through diplomacy, they were, uh, they were able to avoid war and find ways to achieve progress in the most critical of areas. Yes, that's it. That's finished for the reading and also to some explanation in this new part about the diplomacy. For the second point for all of you to know and to understand in this new part, even diplomacy. Remember about the word diplomacy. Yeah, it's really important for between country and country to avoid from war. Yeah, or cold war. Yeah, thank you everybody. If you have any questions, you can drop your question in to our Telegram groups. Yeah, goodbye. See you. Good luck.